Sometimes when you create for a living, making art can start to feel like something that always needs a clear purpose, a finished result, or some kind of good outcome. And even if the process is still enjoyable and fun, the part that just wants to explore can slowly get pushed aside. In this video, I'm filling 3 sketchbook spreads with no plan and no pressure, just moving through color, shape, and feeling, letting things show up instead of chasing them. It's not about making something perfect. It's about making space for freedom, for creativity, for new ideas. So then, welcome to this new video. I'm Xonani. If you don't know me yet, I share slow, cozy painting sessions from my sketchbook. And in this one, I'd love to take you along as I fill 3 spreads and reconnect with that quiet kind of creativity we sometimes forget. A few weeks ago, I bound this sketchbook. I reused the cover from an old poem book. I made it in a wonderful workshop in my hometown here, and I'm really hooked now to bind my own sketchbooks. The paper we used is nice and thick, and I couldn't wait to use it. There was this one evening. I watched art videos on YouTube, and I was so inspired to draw and paint, a bit different than usual. Then I took my pencil and sketched a few thumbnails in my other sketchbook here. And these thumbnails are showing my feelings and struggles I have right now. This happened so fast, these little sketches, that I wanted to paint them. I wanted to play with colors and fill a few spreads, very free and loose, without sticking to my normal painting rules. And I have a lot. I wanted to try out new things, or don't care so much if something is not perfect as I wanted it to be. Also to let it all out in creation, like journaling pages. This video will show more personal things as I would normally share with my audience. And this video is also a recommendation to try out new things for your creations, try out new styles, let it go, no rules, allow yourself to be weird, and try to paint the things you struggle with right now is really liberating, I can tell you. I wanted to show you something. I purchased a few little sketch booklets after I watched a video from La Scarlett, who's one of my favorite art YouTubers right now, by the way. She has still a small channel, so check her out later and show her some love. The smaller ones are booklets from Eco. They have very good and thick drawing paper inside, and the other ones are the craft paper booklets from Hanemühle. I wanted to experiment a bit more and use them in my vacation because they have lightweight. I accidentally ordered the Ecos in the wrong size. I wanted to have them in the same size as the Hanemühle ones. But yeah, that's me. I will show you what I did with them in the future videos, and I can't wait to try them out. So what you can see here is I glued 2 pieces of craft paper on this spread just for fun, and perhaps to get rid of the clean white background. I want to integrate more different papers and textures. I think this was a good start in this session. Sometimes it's hard for me to break old rules and try new things. Then I sketched my rough idea on the spread. I used my Mijello Mission Gold watercolors and also my Mijello titanium white gouache in this whole process of these spreads. And later I used also colored pencils and acrylic markers from Arrtx, also Derwent drawing pencils. The first spread is something which combines things I love to draw, like cute little characters, mushrooms, and a skull, and a big wish to be able to say no much easier. The background is I have to learn setting more boundaries. This is not easy for me as a neurodivergent mom with 2 kids and with a partner who is a long-distance commuter and no grandparents in our town. And sometimes it's a lot with the family organization and my own work, and I struggle with all the expectations I have for myself. I want to do my best always, and I think I'm not the only one who does this. I'm comparing myself often with other moms, what they do, and yeah, sometimes my ADHD is my biggest end boss in a lot of situations, and sometimes I feel like I'm just functioning to fulfill other people's needs. And I know a lot moms feel exactly like this. I send a lot of love and energy to you moms out there. I know how strong you are. So this spread here says no. Sometimes it's hard to say no. It's good to just say yes to yourself and do something what makes you happy when you need it. Back to the spread. I overpainted the craft paper completely in the end. That was not my plan in the beginning. I should have let the background empty on the craft paper, that you still can see the craft paper. Otherwise, it makes no sense to glue another special paper in my sketchbook if I'm overpainting it. Yeah, so next time I will think about it and make it different. These pages were so much fun to make, I have to say, to jump in this creative process and allow myself to do what I want without thinking, can I show this to my audience? Will they like it? Is it good enough? And yes, I'm showing you this process because I think it has an important message for yourself and also something I want to share with you, this experience, to let your inner rules for making art take a break for a while. And if I'm honest, I had not succeeded in a way I wanted it, but I tried. There were still my inner rules talking to me while painting, but it felt a lot more free and also more honest in this moment. I hope this makes any sense for you, what I'm saying here. The next spread is something I just wanted to draw. I had this crow in my mind and I wanted something which is kind of growing in the background and with something like a repetitive pattern. Then I gave the crow a long tongue and because it was very hot, I gave the water also a place in this picture. Yes, it is weird. And yes, this is not what you normally see me painting. But this weird girl is also me and I enjoyed painting this so much because of the shapes, the pattern, and I love crows a lot. So everything came together nicely in this piece and I felt very free and my rules were silent, more silent than on my first spread. The only thing was I wanted to try this with the craft paper again, but forgot it in the beginning, and when I had my sketch done, I decided to skip the craft paper and just paint it and went with the flow. Again, I used my watercolors and my gouache from Mijello here and drew details with my colored pencils later, and I experienced that the acrylic markers from Arrtx are such a nice to have for mixed media artworks like these ones. I just love them. Also the brush tips are really nice and don't rip your paper like the normal harder nibs from acrylic markers do very often. I have them for a while now and I'm using them regularly. Also my daughter is using them here and there, and there are a few of the colors which gets empty now, sadly. Like the white one or one of my favorite blues, but all in all, I can say you can paint a lot with them until they will be empty. There's a review of these markers on my channel if you're interested. It's from June last year, so it took more than 1 year to empty a few of the colors. In using them perhaps every second week or so, I thought this could be interesting for you if you think about to purchase them. And here I tried a new brush from Da Vinci. It's a very small detail brush, size 0 with synthetic hair. It was perfect for the fine outlines I painted here, and I think it's a wonderful brush. The last spread I painted is also something what I have to learn to go to bed earlier. I stay up every evening very, very late. And this is also a thing a lot of you may relate, I guess. After a day full of stuff, after all the work is done and the kids are in bed, finally, then a good cup of tea and something brainless like scrolling on Instagram or watching Netflix. I'm full into anime series right now, or watching YouTube videos. Then it gets later and later and I don't want to sleep because it's this time of the day. I just can relax and only have to care for myself, and I don't want it to end. Tomorrow everything starts again and a new day with new work and daily commitments, talking to people, having appointments, or at least the normal responsibilities for a lot of stuff. And then I'm sitting on my couch. It's so calm and I'm doing what I want. So it's hard to let this end and go to bed. I don't know if you have similar struggles in the evenings. This spread is a reminder to go to bed when I'm tired. On this picture is a nice and naturey environment and the little creatures look a bit, empty. Like the empty cover of themselves. They are like my inner voice. They whispering, go to bed. You are tired. You know it and you will regret it tomorrow. And I will, but in the next evening I have the same again. So this is the background behind this artwork. I used my acrylic markers and colored pencils, and I like how it came out in the end. I can feel exactly what I wanted to have here. And I think it's good to make things like this visible for me in my art, in my sketchbook, like a journal without words. I'm not good with words. I prefer pictures to express myself. And for sure, I will do this more often, to sit down and just try to get on the paper what I feel or what's in my head right now, without trying to paint something nice, what I can share with other people. I want to do this, and perhaps I want to share it as well, like in this video. I think it's in general a fun thing to do, and it also can help you getting more loose in your art, or not giving so much about perfection and stuff. And it's so inspiring to allow yourself painting everything, even if it's weird. And I think this can generate a lot new ideas and opens your mind for new ways to be creative and so. In my last two videos, I already informed you that this is my last video for the next weeks. I will make a summer break for 1 month. I need to rest and think about new ideas and creative stuff I want to do, and then come back recovered with fresh inspiration. This is the plan. I will be here for my wonderful patrons, of course. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I will post something in my Instagram stories here and there as well. So yeah, I wish you a very good time. Perhaps subscribe and click the bell that you don't miss me when I come back again. It will make me really happy, and this is also a very good support for my channel. Thank you so much. What are your plans for summer, or do you live on the other side of the planet and have winter right now? And perhaps you have wishes for upcoming videos, then write them in the comments. Oh, and also don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. And then have an awesome time, my friends. See you then. Hugs and love. Your Tsunami.